got a second half happening here. It's already underway. Getting out first is Neil Cassidy for the Andromedolls. And I'm super excited to be joined once again by the multi-talented, platinum award-winning Chaz on the mic.
Platinum indeed, Sean. I appreciate the vlog, and it's good to be back. And I tell you, after that commanding start from the Furies in the first half, I'm really looking forward to see what kind of a response the Andromedolls bring here in the second.
Picking up points there, 4 of them was Neil Cassidy. The Andromedolls surging back into the middle of this bout. Getting back to it, we've got Wonder Dread out there for the Flat Track Furies. She had one to beat, and she got some help past that last line of defense for lead jammer, Flat Track Furies.
Meanwhile, number double up, Surly Q, the Andromedolls struggling to get out of the pack, facing some fierce resistance.
And the Trekkies told us earlier that resistance is futile. Making your way through for 5-point pass is Wonder Dread. And Surly Q making her way out of the pack now as well. Both jammers with an opportunity to pick up some points.
And a little bit of an opportunity for Surly Q to try and pick up some additional points for her team, as not one but 2 of the Flat Track blockers now sent to the penalty box. And Wonder Dread called it off before Surly Q gets a chance to take advantage.
Page Security with excellent defense at the end of that jam. Nice ride-out block. All right, for the Andromedolls, we just want to thank one of their sponsors. It's Loans by Helen and Ellen. It's catchy.
You know, sometimes there's no substitute for responsible financing, Chuck.
All right, Rat Rod out there for the Andromedolls, but getting out first is Medusa Harm for the Flat Track Furies.
We've seen a lot of fancy footwork in the pack. They are really trying to avoid letting anybody get ahead and run this thing up. I think both teams sense this thing could still go either way. With this razor-tight margin, we watched a bigger margin than this overcoming the first bout. This is far from over. As Medusa Harm falls off the jam, making a few more points for her team. 68 for the Andromedolls, 111 Flat Track Furies.
Yeah, if this comes down anything like the first bout did, it's going to be mostly standing room only at the end.
Looks like Wonder Dread lining up again for the Furies against Rex Havoc for the Andromedolls. A classic matchup. Let's see what they do with it.
Rex Havoc nudged out of bounds. She comes right back into play, chest to chest. Getting out first is Wonder Dread for the Flat Track Furies. And a huge hit delivered there, but Rex Havoc lowers a shoulder and powers through.
And Wonder Dread bagging a few points, going off the jam as soon as she clears the pack that time around. The Furies really looking to keep this pace, keep this momentum that they've had going with the Andromedolls, just not letting up one bit. And this is a great time to remind you that Family Vision Center is a great supporter of the Flat Track Furies. Family Vision Center, go and get your vision sorted out, ladies and gentlemen.
Spectre Bruce she's out there against Neil Cassidy for the Andromedolls, going down hard in turn 4. Spunky Bruiser past the last line of defense. She picks up 5 points there. Neil Cassidy pushed out of bounds by Frankie Facebreaker, recycling her all the way to the back of the pack. Taking a tumble there in turn 3. Spunky Bruiser back at it. Neil Cassidy out of the pack now as well.
Spunky Bruiser very shrewdly calling out that jam as soon as she banks her last point. Very strategic skater, you know, for someone so early in her career, definitely has a profound grasp of this sport. She does a lot of coaching for the juniors. Real talented player.
It's great to see the juniors graduating to the women's team also. We want to talk about Pearl Day Spa, one of the proud sponsors of the Andromedolls.
And speaking of the Andromedolls, lining up for them this time around, number 31, Juju Doll, looking for an opening, but looks like Medusa Harm manages to dodge a couple blocks, gains lead Jeremy status, and breaks out ahead.
Juju Doll shrugging off a block at the front of the pack to make her way through. She's not our lead jammer, however. That honor goes to the Flat Track Furies, and they pick up another 4 points there.
Important correction there, Shep. She was not a deep jammer. I didn't see what penalty she picked up there. Still great to be out in front, but boy, sure is nice to have that big L over your head. Without the refs, it's just an all skate.
A lot of the refs also skating men's derby, so they stay busy on those skates. And to get this one started, it looks like Wonder Dread out of the pack first for the Flat Track Furies. And that's Surly Q out there for the Andromedolls, trying to just lower a shoulder and grind her way out.
Wonder Dread calling out the jam, having bagged the points, making sure Surly Q never gets the chance. And looks like again, number 85, Medusa Harm, lining up with the Flat Track Furies, and for the Andromedolls, number 442, Rat Rod.
All right, that single whistle getting us started. The Flat Track Furies opening up a large channel on the outside for Medusa Harm to get lead jammer.
Meanwhile, Spunky Bruiser in the Flat Track blockers definitely giving Rat Rod a lot of resistance, making her earn every inch she gets on that track out there, ladies and gentlemen.
One of the great things about derby is that you need to not only be able to jam, skate, and a sprint, but you also need to be able to block. A lot of great athletes in roller derby. And you have to be in peak fitness, just like Chaz. The Andromedolls wanting to thank another one of their proud sponsor. How about Alex's Garage? I'm imagining that it's a nice place to get your car fixed.
Reliability is key, Sean. And boy, you came to see roller derby, you're getting some pinball, ladies and gentlemen. Some tenacious blocking by the Andromedolls, making Wonder Dread work for every inch she gets, making her bag work with hits and dodges, but she finally breaks loose, gets lead jammer status, but looks like Scario not gonna let her rest on her laurels. She's still gonna have to punch every point.
Rex Havoc as the pivot, helping to set the pace for the pack. She wants to go fast.
Wonder Dread slowing things down, promoting a little interjammer combat there, but as Stereo breaks away, Wonder Dread calls it off, not giving her the chance.
Lily Gumdrop. Lily Gumdrop, I'm imagining, is full of candy.
It would be sweet if it were.
And they're a proud sponsor of the Andromedolls, so we super appreciate Lily Gumdrop. Medusa Harm out there, lead jammer for the Flat Track Furies. Oh, huge hit delivered there. And it looks like a high block call as Neil Cassidy makes her way through the pack. She took a shot to the face like Rocky Balboa out there.
Boy, it is getting rough out there at this point, Chad. Both of these teams feeling like a lot's riding on this here tonight. If you know anything about the history of these two teams, it's a great time to mention it. If you know anything about the history of these two teams, this is a matchup from last year's championship, a rematch. It looks like there was a challenge to one of the worldies on the track, perhaps in a track cover. It looks like the affected skater hit the ground, no penalty is called, and that is resolved in favor of the team that benefited from the penalty, benefited from the call.
Back to the action, and we've got Wonder Dread wearing the star for the Flat Track Furies. That's Rat Rod out there for the Andromedolls. She has 2 to beat at the front of the pack.
Just goes to show you, even with a few blockers in the box, some tenacious blocking still going on behalf of the Flat Track Furies.
I don't know a lot about this particular location, but I know that in a big picture sense, bagels are delicious, so we wanted to shout out for the Daily Bagel.
Sturdy bread, Chad, sturdy bread.
All right, we have Stereo out there for the Andromedolls. She gets taken down by Frankie Facebreaker in turn 3.
Boy, some real active blocking going on. These skaters just getting knocked around. Stereo finally manages to penetrate the pack and get her lead jammer. But, boy, she definitely hit the ground a time or two to get it.
Rex Havoc riding Medusa Harm out of bounds. She's recycled and now out of the pack. Opportunity for the Andromedolls to grab some points here.
Absolutely, but with 2 Andromedolls blockers in the box, definitely an opportunity for the Furies as well. Those penalties really produce some outcomes.
Scario calling off the jam. And the angle's kind of flat. That was either 3 or 4 points picked up.
Not insurmountable, ladies and gentlemen. As the lead grows, remember, we're talking about 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 jam lead. This could turn around in the blink of an eye. Well, 3 or 4 blinks of an eye.
I guess it depends upon the speed of the blink. We've got number 26.2, that's Wonder Dread for the Flat Track Furies with lead jammer. She's out there against Neil Cassidy for the Andromedolls.
And looks like a cut track called on the Andromedolls blockers on their pivot blocker. Number 1111 Electric out of the box. Opens up further opportunity for Wonder Bread knows how to make use of it. She's proven that time and time again. Certainly has proven it here tonight.
Neil Cassidy just taking some huge shots out there for those Flat Track Fury defenders. And she's recycled now into the back of the pack, which means Wonder Dread gets an opportunity to pick up some points here. Page Security Juju Doll out in front, putting the stops on Wonder Dread in turn 4. Doing a really good job of waterfalling back to the front, setting up additional hits. I imagine that some of the jammers will be a little bruised tomorrow.
It's really impressive. The level of energy we're seeing from these two rival teams tonight is just astounding. Even as we approach the end of minute 46 of this bout, still seeing no signs of slowing down, no signs of softening up. They are hitting hard, they are skating hard. This is anybody's game.
All right, we're getting this one started. Looks like we have Beg for Mercy out there for the Flat Track Furies. And the Andromedolls once again calling on Surly Q to wear the star. Lead jammer going to Beg for Mercy. Recycle the Surly Q into the back of the pack.
Boy, almost looked like Mercy was going to pick up a cut track, and she does.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a fan of the Andromedolls, it's time to make some noise! Surly Q on the power jam for your dolls. Recycled by Frankie Facebreaker. And it looks like we're getting a low block call there. Low block on Surly Q. She's going to go to the box. This makes the most exciting play in Derby. It's all blockers. It's blocker on blocker action, an amazing block off of blocking proportions.
The points may slow down, but the action never does.
Beg for Mercy powering through for your Flat Track Furies for 5 points there. Apple bottoms up with a little love tap there.
The passion is starting to spill out onto the track, Chef. Someone's going to have to wipe that up.
Spill on aisle 2. 75 for the Andromedolls, 162 for the Flat Track Furies, 11:30 remaining in this bout. And it is a power jam for the Flat Track Furies. Grabbing the lead jammer is Medusa Harm for the Furies. Rex Havoc waiting on the inside. And some strong blocking there from Page Security, last line of defense on this power jam. Surly Q trying to get back into the action. Medusa Harm gets through on the inside for another 5 points. And that, my friends, is a grand slam.
And as Surly Q comes out again, clears the pack, and hopes to get right in time to make a scoring pass before it's called out, but doesn't get a chance as Medusa Harm wisely shuts that one down. The Furies at this point lurching towards a very significant lead.
remorse code running over someone from behind. She'll go to the box for a back block and think about it for a minute. Is it just me or is that cheetah winking at you, Chaz?
I think maybe it's growling.
Did we mention this is a contact sport? Some huge hits delivered on both jammers. Getting out first is Wonder Dread as she jumps back on her skates and gets out of that pack.
You know, Wonder Dread has certainly proven her worth tonight, but a skater like Juju Doll brings such power, and she's, you know, tall enough to take advantage of acceleration, tall enough to really deliver a lot of force, a lot of speed, close up those gaps. She really shows right there how some tremendous effort can close these gaps, and maybe a tremendous effort can close this scoring gap up when it gets a little harder to see at this point, Chuck.
And we want to mention something that we're looking for here, which is Casa.
Looks like a late enforced penalty on Pirate Booty of the Andromedolls. A delay.
All right, both teams with a lot of blockers in the box right now. We've got two jammers on the track. We're going clear up to a four-person pack. That's just crazy. Four skaters in the pack. Wonder Dread out there and Rat Rod. Both jammers trading some shots. Wonder Dread past the last line of defense. That's a 4-point pass. Rat Rod trying to make it through that Flat Track Fury wall. She takes some shots and picks up 4 points of her own for the Andromedolls. Andromedoll wall out in front, including Neil Cassidy. And unless my eyes deceive me, that's Rex Havoc, last line of defense wearing the pivot stripe. They are moving out there. It's like a fan at the side of the track here.
Absolutely, a very fast pack, you know. They have now been skating for nearly an hour. You might think they get tired. They do get tired, but still, these teams are determined to give their best effort throughout. And that's why you are still seeing fast packs, hard hits, big moves by every single skater out there on this track tonight. It is intense.
Like Cub Scouts, Chaz.
Absolutely.
Rad Rod with one to beat there, push into the middle. Back on the track after being recycled and through for another 4 points is Wonder Dread. Rad Rod picking up 4 of her own. Our score, 83 for the Andromedolls, 189 for the Flat Track Furies. 6:35 remaining on the bout. Once again, where are my Andromedoll fans?
And as we head out to a team timeout, over across the way in the performance hall here at the lovely Pastoral Lane Event Center in Eugene, Oregon.
I'm sold. I'm definitely getting tickets for that one. Number 85 is Medusa Hahn for the Flat Track Fury. She is your lead jammer. And these fabulous cheetah pants, courtesy of number 7, that's Scariel for the Andromedolls.
They really are impressive. I mean, there's no shortage of great pants in roller derby. That's something we all know. But the level of detail, the expression on the face of that cheetah, the way it looks back, it really captures the imagination. Of course, I'm a pretty big fan of the skeleton pants myself. When a skater gets too many penalties, when she gets 7 penalties, she can foul out, and that's exactly what's happened. Number 2 for the Furies, Frankie Pacebreaker, is done for the night. Nonetheless, I'm sure her fans appreciate her many efforts tonight. Thank you, Frankie.
Back to the skating. Getting through is Neil Cassidy for the Andromedolls. But look, it's Spunky Bruiser for the Flat Track Furies. It's a youth movement, Chaz. Neil Cassidy with some moves out there.
Yeah, bringing some style. Oh, look at that. There's no shortage of attitude on the track here tonight. That's exactly what we like to see.
We also are going to mention real quick, Rude Chicks. Rude Chicks, for no particular reason. Actually, a lot of particular reasons, but we definitely love all of our sponsors. They keep the lights on, keep the volunteers paid.
Indeed they do. Indeed they do. Juju Doll sticking in the face of serious resistance. Bus out, gets lead jammer, and now all she has to do is thrust.
Andromedolls 3-on-2 in the pack.
Juju Doll racking up a few points, calling it off real quick, looking to cinch up that margin a little bit. With 4 minutes left to play, no sign of anyone letting up. That's exactly what we like to see. Number 85, Medusa Harm, lining up for Flat Track Furies, and looks like scary for the Andromedolls.
.341 remaining in the bout. Rex Havoc out in front trying to put the hit on Medusa Harm. She slips the block and gets through for lead jammer, Flat Track Furies.
Boy, Scenario spent some big efforts. Got her some big delays in trying to get out of the pack. Fancy footwork didn't pay off this time.
Medusa Harm one-on-one with Rex Havoc at the front of the pack.
Flat Track Furies will start the jam with a jammer at the jam line, and soon we'll know who it is. And she'll be going up against, it looks like again, Juju Doll and the Andromedolls.
And apparently someone has loved very hard tonight, so that's good to know. Wonder Dread recycled into the middle of the track. Juju Doll not the lead jammer. Our lead jammer is Wonder Dread. Huge hits delivered, crumpling Juju Doll, and she makes her way through for a 4-point pass.
Boy, that tells you what kind of athlete Wonder Dread is right there. You know, she could have shut that thing down, but she didn't come here to sit. She came here to fight. She came here to skate. She came here to win and score. So she's letting this thing go on, giving the Andromedolls perhaps an opportunity, but definitely laying it down herself.
And 4 more points awarded to Wonder Dread. And 4 for the Andromedolls and Juju Doll. like we got an official timeout. For example, curling.
Curling is exactly what comes to mind. A little Olympic shout out. Curling, perhaps is calorically intense for the viewer.
Way more painful for the viewer than for the participants. All right, getting out first are the Flat Track Furies. They're calling on number 16, Beg for Mersey. Rat Rod out there for the Andromedolls, number 442.
With the Furies having a full complement of blockers out there, boy, they are not making it easy. They are still determined to make the Andromedolls fight for every inch. That's exactly what they're there for. It looks like that jam came to an end pretty close to the end of regulation, so let's see what happens. It looks like a timeout was called.
All right, they're sitting kind of low, but I believe that's Neil Cassidy for the Andromedolls. And grabbing lead jammer, that is Medusa Harm for the Flat Track Furies.
Meanwhile, one-eyed Jack heading to the box, creating a little bit of an opportunity for the Andromedolls. They may not be able to turn it around overall, but they can sure finish strong. Seeing some great efforts, some great hustle by Neil Cassidy out there, making sure the Flat Track Furies remember that they are coming.
Both jammers looking to pick up points. Neil Cassidy in the middle of that pack, trying to get through the last line of defense, and she does. 4 points awarded there. And matching at 4 points for Medusa Harm. Not a lot of blockers in the pack right now. Advantage is to the Flat Track Furies. Another exchange of 4 points for each team.